What happens when one of Hollywood's most respected actresses walks into what she believes will be a friendly, easy interview, only to end up facing a host with a hidden personal grudge? Today, we're diving into the explosive clash that ended with Nicole Kidman storming off the View set, leaving Joy Behar stunned, the other hosts frozen, and the entire studio audience in absolute disbelief. Before we break down this unbelievable moment, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tell me in the comments what you think really caused Joy's attack. Now, let's get into what truly went down. The studio lights were glaring as Nicole Kidman settled into her seat on The View, her calm, elegant presence obvious even during the casual small talk before the cameras rolled. She had come to promote her newest film, expecting the usual mix of questions about her role, the story, and a bit of fun chatter. What she didn't know was that Joy Behar had spent the whole morning digging through past interviews, looking for something or anything she could use against her. Welcome back to The View. I'm Joy Behar, and we're here with the incredibly talented Nicole Kidman. Joy began, her smile stiff, not quite reaching her eyes. Nicole, it's wonderful to have you here with us today. Thank you for having me, Joy. It's always a pleasure to be on the show, Nicole replied warmly, completely unaware of the storm brewing just beneath Joy's polite tone. The first few minutes went smoothly. They talked about Nicole's new movie, her process preparing for the role, and what it was like working with the director. But anyone paying close attention could notice Joy's posture changing, her questions growing a little sharper, her tone a bit colder after each exchange. You know, Nicole, I was going through some of your older interviews, Joy said suddenly, leaning forward with an unmistakably predatory interest. You've been very outspoken about your political views over the years, haven't you? Nicole's smile faded just slightly, sensing the change. Well, I think it's important for people to stay informed about the world. But yes, I usually like to focus on my work when I'm here to promote a film. Oh, but you can't just switch off your opinions when it's convenient, can you? Joy pressed, her voice sharp enough to make the audience shift awkwardly in their seats. You've made some pretty strong comments about certain political figures. Joy, I'm really here to talk about the film, Nicole said, still composed but obviously uncomfortable now. I think the audience would prefer hearing about the story we're telling. Joy gave a short, sarcastic laugh. The audience can decide what they're interested in. I just want to understand why you speak out on certain issues and then pull back when someone actually wants to talk about them. The other hosts exchanged quick glances, silently acknowledging that Joy was veering off script and into dangerous territory. Whoopi tried to jump in. Maybe we should talk about the amazing cast Nicole worked with there. But Joy cut her off. No, number. I think this is important. She turned back to Nicole with a cold smile. Nicole, you made comments a few years ago about the entertainment industry and how it handles certain issues. Do you still stand by those comments? Or was that just another example of Hollywood pretending to care? Nicole's jaw tightened just enough for viewers to catch it. I'm not sure which comments you're referring to, Joy, but I've always tried to speak honestly about things I care about. Oh come on, Nicole. You know exactly what I mean, Joy shot back, her voice rising. You criticize the industry for staying quiet, but when it comes to your own projects, you're either taking your checks and saying nothing. The studio fell completely silent except for the soft buzz of the cameras. Nicole took a breath, clearly fighting to stay composed. Joy, I think you're misunderstanding something. I've always supported causes I believe in, both publicly and privately. Consistently? Joy repeated mockingly. Because from where I'm sitting, it looks like you pick the moments that won't hurt your career. Nicole's eyes flashed the first real crack in her calm exterior. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to sit here and have my integrity questioned based on twisted interpretations of old interviews. Twisted interpretations? Joy leaned back, smirking. I'm just pointing out the inconsistencies in your public image. Isn't that what journalism is for? Journalism? Nicole's tone held disbelief. Is that what you're calling this? I came here to discuss my work. You're trying to create drama that doesn't exist. Joy's polite mask was slipping fast. Drama? If you think asking real questions is drama, maybe you're not as committed to your own principles as you say. The tension thickened in the room. The camera crew didn't know whether to cut away or keep filming. Nicole's hands were clasped tightly in her lap, her knuckles white. You know what, Joy? Nicole said, her voice steady but icy. I've been doing interviews for over 30 years. I can tell the difference between tough questions and a personal attack. This is not journalism. It's a hit job. Joy's eyes gleamed, almost excited. A hit job? Maybe the problem isn't my questions, or maybe the problem is that you can't handle accountability. Accountability for what exactly? Nicole snapped, her patience thinning. For caring about issues? For having opinions? Or for not being the puppet you expected? The audience held its breath. Joy leaned forward again, energized by the conflict. So now I'm the villain? That's rich, Nicole. What contradictions? Nicole demanded sharply. You keep making vague accusations. If you have something specific, say it. Otherwise, stop hiding behind hints. Joy's expression twisted with triumph. Fine. Let's talk specifics. 3 years ago, you criticized actors for staying quiet. You said, and I quote, silence in the face of injustice makes you part of the problem. But when that scandal involving your production company's investors came out, where was your voice then? Nicole's face went pale, but her voice remained controlled. That situation was different. And you know it. There were legal matters involved, and speaking out could have interfered. Oh, how convenient. Joyce sneered. Legal reasons. The perfect excuse for selective activism. Sunny tried to intervene. Maybe we could discuss Nicole's charity worker. Joy waved her off. No, I think the audience deserves to hear how Nicole justifies her words with her actions. Nicole's composure was dangerously fragile now. Joy, what you're doing is exactly what's wrong with media today. You're simplifying complicated situations and turning them into black and white accusations. You're ignoring context. It's dishonest and beneath you. Beneath me? Joy's voice jumped a level. At least I'm honest about who I am. Honest? Nicole laughed bitterly. You call this honest? You invited me here under false pretenses, prepared this ambush, and now you act like you're doing some noble service. This isn't honest. It's cowardly. The word hit like a slap. Joy's face turned red. Cowardly? I've been asking real questions longer than you've been playing dress up for movie cameras. Don't you dare. Nicole snapped. I've worked for decades to be taken seriously. I won't sit here while you try to tear that down with tabloid tactics. Joy shot to her feet. Tabloid. I'm exposing the hypocrisy of Hollywood elites who act superior. Nicole remained seated, but her voice cut like glass. You're not exposing anything, Joy. You're just a bully. A bully? Joy barked a humorless laugh. You have millions of dollars, teams of lawyers, publicists, and you want to act like the victim. Money doesn't protect anyone from character assassination, Nicole replied coldly, which is exactly what this is. Joy's anger grew uglier. It's called accountability, something you aren't used to. Nicole shook her head. You haven't asked a single real question. You've made accusations. You've dragged up rumors. You've twisted my words. That's not accountability. Joy sat down again, glaring. Maybe holding you to your own standards makes you uncomfortable. My standards? Nicole's voice was dangerously soft. When have you ever held yourself to any? Joy stiffened. Nicole continued. You sit here every day judging people. When did you ever apologize for getting something wrong? For misrepresenting someone? You don't. You attack others but refuse to look at yourself. Joy shot back. Don't turn this on me. I'm not the one pretending to be America's sweetheart while making shady deals behind the scenes. Shady? Nicole said sharply. Are you really going to make vague allegations without evidence? That's not journalism. That's gossip. The hosts looked helplessly toward the producers. Joy ignored them. This show is about truth, Nicole. Something you seem confused about. Real questions. Nicole repeated, standing now. You haven't asked one. Joy immediately stood too. Don't tell me how to do my job. I've been in television longer than you've been famous. Nicole's eyes hardened. I've been working for decades. I have produced films. I have fought for women's rights. But you want to reduce all of that to being a pretty? That says more about you than me. Joy exploded. You married a country singer for publicity and called it true love. The audience gasped as the attack turned deeply personal. Nicole froze. You're bringing my marriage into this, Joy. That is out of bounds. Joy tried to justify it. I'm just pointing out a pattern. My children, Nicole said quietly, her voice shaking. Did you just imply something about my children? Joy didn't stop. For someone who says she values privacy, you sure know how to use your personal life for attention. Nicole's voice broke from cold to furious. You want to know what suits me? Not listening to a bitter host take cheap shots at my family. Are you jealous, Joy? Is that what this is? Jealous? Joy laughed wildly. Of what? Your fake marriages? Your perfect little image? Then why are you so desperate to destroy it? Nicole demanded. Finally, Joy snapped, revealing her real motive. Because people like you make me sick. You pretend to be no better than everyone else. Nicole stared at her in disbelief. So this is personal. You ambushed me because you don't like me. Whoopi tried again. Ladies, maybe we should take a break. No, Nicole said. I'm done. Joy shouted. Get off your high horse. You think you have integrity? What lies? Nicole demanded. What manipulation? You never have evidence. Just insults. Joy screamed back. What's sad is watching everyone fall for your act. Nicole shook her head, removing her microphone. I came here expecting a conversation. Instead, I walked into a trap set by someone with issues she refuses to admit. Joy panicked as Nicole stood. Running away when things get tough or typical. Nicole turned to her. I'm walking away from a toxic situation. Let viewers decide who acted with dignity. Joy yelled desperately. When confronted with the truth, you leave. Nicole stopped at the edge of the stage. Truth? Everyone watching saw what really happened. They saw an actress trying to talk about her work and a host attacking her for personal reasons. Let the audience judge. With that, Nicole Kidman walked out, leaving Joy Behar alone, red-faced, and finally realizing just how far she had gone. The other hosts sat frozen, unsure what to say as the studio fell into stunned silence.